The UK has given the green light to China's plans to build a vast embassy in the heart of its capital. It will be located at the former Royal Mint. Well, that's not far from the Tower of London. And when complete, will be the UK's largest embassy by area. Security concerns pushing back approval since China bought the site in 2018 to consolidate all of its embassies. Beijing had made the embassy a linchpin of ties with London. China's president making specific reference to this issue in his first phone call to the British Prime Minister in 2024. Keir Starmer widely expected to visit China this month in the first trip in 8 years by a British Prime Minister. China complained about the years-long delay in getting this go-ahead, accusing the UK of complicating and politicising the matter. Olly Barratt for CNN. He joins us live from London. Olly, that delay because of concerns largely on security. What has the British government said now that it has given this approval?
Well, the Housing Secretary, who has released the approval document, goes through effectively a number of concerns that were raised with the government in the planning process as well, and effectively says that none of them amount, in his view, to a reason for this project at the Royal Mint Court site here behind me not to go ahead. Some very specific concerns in that long document, and we've also just had a new statement from the government as well about this approval, saying it follows a process that began in 2018. Countries establishing embassies in other countries' capitals is a normal part of international relations, says the government statement. It stresses national security is our first duty. Intelligence agencies have been involved throughout in this process. And it also talks about the idea that China has agreed to consolidate a number of existing diplomatic premises in London into one site here, close to the Tower of London. The Chinese bought this site in 2018, and that was referenced in the government statement there. So we've been years in the making to get to this stage of the process already. Lots of long delays already have been seen. It is not over yet. The approval notice that has been handed down by the Housing Secretary, Steve Reed, makes clear that this is a final decision subject to any pending legal challenges, and it gives 6 weeks in the legal system here in the UK for some kind of legal challenge to go ahead. Those opponents to this site, including local residents here, say that they absolutely intend to lodge that process at the High Court within the next 6 weeks. That could lead to further delays here, running into potentially extra years in this process.
Now, have we seen reasons for why the government is so confident that it can handle these security risks?
Well, one of the things that we hear in the statement from the government is, as I say, that intelligence agencies have been involved throughout, and they say, the government, an extensive range of measures have been developed to manage any risks. They don't go into too much detail about that. There is a government statement in the House of Commons later here in London, at which a government minister will be asked many of these questions in detail. Whether we get much more detailed responses than that very much remains to be seen. As I mentioned, security agencies also do believe that having a number of Chinese diplomatic premises consolidated into one site here in London would actually make their job easier when it comes to monitoring activities at the Chinese embassy. One specific fear that was raised by some has been cables which run underground very close to this site, which transport key financial data between the City of London, where we are, and Canary Wharf, where many financial institutions are also based. That, according to what we understand, has not been considered to be a significant threat or concern. And indeed, we're told that the owners of those cables have not raised any specific concerns themselves. But this is a very, very controversial decision indeed. The opposition Conservatives are already calling it a decision that they say is one that reeks of what they call cowardice.
Well, thanks. Olly Barratt there for CNN in London.